Hello guys, how are you? Are you okay? Alright, so let's start our class. This is teacher Mariana, and if I'm not your teacher, don't worry, the class is the same. Então, se eu não sou sua teacher, não precisa se preocupar, ok? So, today we will have the review, okay, about Unit 9 and 10, because you need to do the test. So let's start our class. But first, if you don't have your material, pause this video and get them, okay? Very good. So, how will be our class? So, a virtual class, an exercise, the correction, homework, online task to turning. What is this, teacher? Uma atividadezinha online que vocês vão ter que entregar para o teacher de vocês. Então, quem é aluno da Teacher Mariana, manda para a Teacher Mariana. Quem é aluno da Teacher Marinalva, manda para a Teacher Marinalva. E assim por diante. In Exercise 5, Extra Resources, que são atividades extras que eu coloquei aqui, que a gente vê no final da aula, ok? So, let's start. Are you ready? Okay, so what we learned. So, the review is about some and any, adverbs of frequency, WH questions with simple present, can for ability, and can for ability, okay? So these four topics are so important for the test. And the vocabulary. The vocabulary is about food and about sports, right? So study all the unit 9 and 10, but focus on these 4 points, okay? So the first point, some and any. So to start, para começar a falar um pouquinho sobre some e any, a gente precisa lembrar sobre os count and no count, right? So count nouns name things you can count. Bananas, crackers, carrots. Count nouns have a singular and a plural form. For example, one orange, two oranges. No count nouns name things you can't count. For example, milk, oil, rice. So, guys, qual que é a diferença do count pro não count? O count é aquilo que você pode contar, tem plural, tipo uma laranja, duas laranjas, você consegue contar. No count, você não consegue. Por exemplo, milk. Você consegue contar quanto leite tem dentro, por exemplo, de uma xícara? Não, você conta. Ah, eu tenho uma xícara de leite, mas não quanto leite tem dentro. Então, por isso, é algo não count, ok? And use some in affirmative sentence. For example, we have some butter. And use any in negative sentences and questions. For example, we don't have any lettuce. Do we have any tomatoes? Okay, so look, my example. So some positive sentences and offerings. Teacher, what is this? Offerings. Na hora que você está oferecendo algo a alguém. Como assim? Let's see the examples. Example 1. I want some peanuts. It's an affirmative sentence, right? I want. Eu quero. É afirmativo. Então, eu vou usar o some. I want some peanuts. Eu quero alguns amendoins. Agora, look. The second example. Do you want some water? O que significa essa frase? Eu estou perguntando aqui se você aceita água, se você quer um pouco de água. É aquela típica pergunta quando vai uma visita em casa. Do you want some water? Do you want some coffee? Do you want some cracker? Então, eu estou oferecendo algo a alguém. Por isso, eu estou usando some, ok? And we have any for negative sentence and questions. There isn't any cheese on the table. There isn't. Ou seja, guys, não existe, não tem nenhum queijo na mesa, ok? There isn't any cheese on the table. It's a negative sentence. And this one. Do we have any chicken? This is a question. Look, we have a question mark here. So look, do we have any cheese? Teacher, why we use any? Because it's a question. We use any for questions. But teacher, do you want some water? It's a question too. But what's the difference? Here, do we have any cheese? É como se fosse, quero fazer uma receita, eu vou perguntar pro pessoal aqui de casa se a gente tem se a gente tem tal ingrediente para eu conseguir fazer a receita. Então, tô perguntando se a gente tem. É uma pergunta comum. Do we have any cheese? E aqui não, aqui eu tô oferecendo, ok? So, remember, and don't forget, please, some we use for positive sentence and offering. Any we use for negative sentence and questions. Okay? Guys, please pause this video and write this part here on your notebooks, right? So you can put as a title Units 9 and 10 review and write this some and any and write this, okay? Now, open your books on page 140, okay? We have this exercise. Complete the conversation with some or any. We have here two conversations and you need to complete, okay? So pause this video and do this exercise. Very good, guys. Now let's check. So, what do you want for lunch? Let's make some sandwich. Good idea. We have some bread. We have some bread. Do we have any cheese? Yes, I think there is some in the refrigerator. Let me see. No, I don't see any. Well, let's go to the store. We need some milk too. And do we have any cheese? Yes, we do. There is some lettuce here and there are some tomatoes too. Do we have any mayonnaise? I love some mayonnaise on my sandwiches. Me too, but there isn't any here. Let's buy some. Okay, so here we have the correction. Now exercise 2. So let's make a big breakfast tomorrow morning. Good idea. What do you need? Are there any eggs? There are some, but I think we need to buy some more. Okay, and let's get some cereal too. We don't have any, and I love cereal for breakfast. Me too. Do we have any blueberry yogurt? Yes, there is some in the refrigerator. Great, so uh, we don't need to buy any at store. That's right, just eggs and cereal. Okay, so here we have the correction. Now, the second topic of our review is adverbs of frequency. So, adverb is the word that tend our verb. Ok? Então, advérbio em português é aquela palavrinha que altera o nosso verbo. E como que ela vai alterar aqui? Look, frequency, frequência. Então, ela vai dar uma certa frequência para o nosso verbo, para nossa frase, ok? So, guys, repeat with me. Always, usually, often, sometimes, hardly ever, rarely, never. Okay, very good. So always, look here, 100%. So always, I always do this. Sempre, okay? For example, you are always late. Você está sempre atrasado. Okay, now, usually, 90%. So, aquele quase sempre. We usually go to the cinema on Sundays. Okay? Often, 70%. O often é aquele frequentemente, geralmente. Ok? So, he often cooks pasta. Here, sometimes 50%. So, sometimes é o nosso às vezes, né? 50% às vezes. We sometimes order pizza for dinner or sometimes we order pizza for dinner. Okay? Hardly ever and rarely 10%, just 10%. So look, é aquele quase nunca. She hardly ever smiles. And never 0%. Never, nunca. They are never at home when we call. Never, eles nunca estão em casa quando a gente liga. Okay? So, these are the adverbs of frequency. Look here, the structure of a sentence. Positive, subject, frequency adverb, verb. So, he often cooks pasta. We usually go. Então, first, we have always the subject. What is the subject? O sujeito. I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they. Okay? Frequency adverbs are these. Verb, então tem aqui ó, go, cooks, order, smiles, ok? Então, subject, adverb and verb. He often cooks pasta. And when we have verb to be, então o que é o verb to be, galera? Só para lembrar, I am, you are, he, she is, ok? Então, quando a gente tem o verbo to be, que você pensa aqui, o verbo tem que ser sempre entre o sujeito e o verbo. Mas aqui o verbo to be, tá no nome, verb to be, ele é uma exceção. Então, sempre que a gente tiver o verbo to be, o advérbio de frequência vem depois. So, first we have subject, you, verb to be, are. Frequency adverb, always late. So, look, you are always late. They are never at home when we call. So, when we have verb to be, the frequency adverb is after the subject and the verb to be. When we don't have verb to be, the frequency adverb is between the subject and the verb, okay? And in a question, we have the auxiliary, the subject, and the frequency adverbs. For example, are you always late? Does he often cook? And we have the famous sentence. How often do you... Que é aquela perguntinha, com que frequência você faz tal coisa? Ok? Então, aqui ó, pay attention. Use never and hardly ever with positive verbs. So, he isn't never late. Tá errado. O certo é he is never late. Ele nunca está atrasado. Então, a gente não pode usar o never e o hardly ever com verbos negativos, sempre com verbos positivos. Então, they hardly ever go to the library. Okay? So, guys, please write these on your notebooks. So, pause this video, write these. Okay? And now, page 140, exercise 2. So, adverbs of frequency usually go before the main verb. Always, almost always, usually, often, sometimes, hardly ever, almost never, and never. For example, she never eats breakfast. So, I almost always have tea in the morning. And look, sometimes can also begin a sentence. So, sometimes I eat broccoli or I eat broccoli. I sometimes eat broccoli, okay? We normally use sometimes to start the sentence, okay? So it's a special case. So now pause this video and do this exercise. So you need to rewrite the conversation. Add the adverbs in the correct place. So for example, where do you have lunch? You need to put usually. So where do you usually have lunch? Why here, teacher? Because we need to put the adverbs of frequency between the subject and the verb. Okay? So pause this video and do this exercise. Very good, guys. Now correction. Where do you have lunch? Where do you usually have lunch? I go to a restaurant near work. I often go. So look, between the subject and the verb. Do you ever eat at your desk? Look, between the subject and the verb. No, I hardly ever stay in for lunch. So look, between the subject and the verb. And what do you usually have? I always have soup or a salad. Me too. I never have a big lunch. Okay, so don't forget, guys, the adverb of frequency is normally between the subject and the verb. Okay, now third topic. WH questions with simple present. So look this chart. We have here 9 WH questions. So repeat with me, guys. Who, where, when, why, what, how, which, how many, how often. Very good. So who? We use who to ask about person. For example, who is the woman? So who is related to person, to people. Where? We use where to ask in or at what place or position. For example, where do you live here? Where are my boots? So where is related to place. Okay? We use when to ask about time, occasion, moment. For example, when can I see you? When did you last see him? So we use when is related to time. Why? We use why to ask for a reason, an explanation. For example, why were you late? Why has you late? Why was you late? So look, why it's this. We have the song. Tell me why. Okay. So why it a reason? Okay, explanation. What? We use what to ask for a specific thing or an object. For example, what's the matter? What time is it? So what? It's a specific thing, specific object. So it depends of the context. How? We use how for a way, manner, a form. For example, how does it work? How do you go to school? So how is the way, né? A maneira, como. Which? We use which to ask about choice. For example, which is better exercise, swimming or tennis? Which of the applicants has got the job? So choice is escolhas, okay? How many? We use how many to ask about quantity. Use it with countable nouns. So how many people were there? So we use to know the number. But remember, countable things, okay? And we have how often. So how often is to ask about frequency, okay? So how often do you go swimming? Então, qual frequência? So how is the structure? So look, first we have the WH question. So who, where, when, why, what, how, which, how many, how often. After this, the auxiliary. In this case, we have do or does. We use do with I, you, we, and they. We use does with he, she, or it, okay? Subject, verb, and complement. For example, where do you live? Okay? Então, where W8. Do, auxiliary. You, subject, leave. Verb. Okay? So, guys, pause this video, write these, okay? It's important to study. So, okay. Now, open your books on page 141. So exercise 1, simple present WH questions. Remember, who, what person, where, what place, how often, what frequency, when, what days, and what time of day. Remember, use do or does after the question word. So what you need to do? Complete the questions with the correct questions and do or does. Then match the questions with the answers. So here, first you need to put the first W8. Okay? Here, do or does. Here, here, and here. And this line here is the answer. Here is the answer. So you need to relate. Então, vocês precisam primeiro completar as perguntas e depois relacionar com as respostas. So, pause this video, please, and do this. Very good, guys. Let's check. So, number 1. What sports do you like? The answer is the letter C. So, what sports do you like? Soccer. I love to watch my team. Very good. 2. Who do you go to games with? The answer? My father and my 2 brothers. Very good. 3. How often does your team play? The answer? Letter D. Once or twice a month. 4. When do they play? Letter E. On Sunday afternoon. So when do they play? On Sunday afternoons. 5. Where do they play? So when, now where do they play? Letter F. Oops. At the Olympic Stadium. Very good. And to finish, what time do the games start? Usually at 4 o'clock. Okay? So very good. The last topic is can for ability. So can é aquele modal verb, né? Ele é um verbo auxiliar que significa que nos dá o sentido de poder. Então, can for ability, para falar das nossas habilidades. Então, in affirmative sentence, we have subject, can, verb, and complement. For example, I can dance. Negative, it's subject, can't, verb, and complement. For example, I can't sing very well. A yes or no question is can, subject, verb, and complement. So look, we need to change the order here. We have subject and can, and here we have can and subject. For example, can you play the guitar? A yes or no question. We have short answers. So yes, I can, or no, I can't. Okay? And WH questions. We start with the WH, can, subject, verb, and complement. We have an example here. When can I see you? So look, WH, can, subject, verb, and complement. When I can see you. Very good. Guys, please write these on your notebooks, right? So now, open your books on page 141. So, can for ability. Use the base form of the verb with can. With third person singular, don't add an s to can or to the base form. For example, she can play the piano, okay? Not she can play. She can play the piano. Very good. Exercise A. Write sentence about things people can and can't do. Use can or can't with and, but, or. Okay? For example, Olivia can ride a bike, can't drive a car. I need to write a sentence. So, Olivia can ride a bike, but she can't drive a car. So, this is an example. And now you need to pause this video and do this exercise. Very good, guys. Let's check. So, exercise 2. Juan can play the piano and he can play the violin. Very good. 3. Math and Drew can act, but they can't sing. 4. Alicia can snowboard, but she can't ice skate. 5. Ben can take good photos and he can edit videos. And to finish, 6. Corinne can't write poems, but she can tell good jokes. Very good. Guys, it's important that you correct this because the next exercise on page 141 2, exercise B, you need to look at part A and answer the questions. Write just short answers, okay? For example, can Matt and Drew sing? Let's see. Matt and Drew can act, but they can't sing. So the answer is no, they can't. So now you need to answer these questions. So pause this video and do this exercise. Very good, guys. Let's check. So who can tell good jokes? Corinne can. Very good. Can Olivia drive a car? No, she can't. Can Juan play the piano? Yes, he can. Who can snowboard? Alicia can. What can Matt do? He can act. Very good, guys. So now you have a homework. The homework is study for the test, okay? The test is not difficult. If you study, you will get a good grade, okay? So don't be afraid. Calm down, breathe and study. Guys, vou explicar em português. Se você não sei quando você está vendo esse vídeo, se sua aula foi na quarta, na quinta, na sexta ou no sábado. Porém, você tem uma semaninha para ir até Up to You e fazer a prova. Ah, eu preciso ir no horário da minha aula? Não. Então, qual é o combinado? Ligue para Up to You, pergunte para o Clayton, para o Clóvis ou para a Márcia que horário que tem disponível para você ir lá e fazer a sua prova, ok? Então, vocês têm uma semana desde a data em que essa aula foi postada. Então, se vocês têm aula às quartas, tem até a próxima quarta, até a próxima quinta, até a próxima sexta, até o próximo sábado, ok? Uma semaninha para fazer a prova. Don't forget this. And guys, online task turning. Qual é a atividade online para ser entregue de hoje? Write in your notebook 3 sentences using some, 3 using any, 3 using adverbs of frequency, 3 using WH question with simple present, and 3 using can. Então, vocês precisam escrever 3 frases usando cada tópico da nossa revisão. E vocês precisam take a photo and send to your teacher, okay? So, write in your notebook the sentence, 15 sentences, and send to your teacher. So, again, if you are my student, se você é meu aluno, você vai enviar para mim. Se você é aluno da Marinalva, envia para Marinalva. Se é aluno do Luiz Vitor, para o Luiz Vitor. Da Bia, para a Bia. Do Tinho, para o Tinho. Cada um vai enviar para o seu teacher, ok? And guys, Quanto mais exercício vocês fizerem, melhor vocês, mais bem preparados vocês estarão para a prova. Here I put 4 links, okay? So if you click in each link, the first will open this website. You need to choose some or any, right? And here you check the answer. The second one, it's about adverbs of frequency. So you need to write the sentence. For example, here we have, he listens to the radio. I need to put often. So he often listens to the radio. You need to rewrite, okay? Here you check. The third, it's about WH questions. You need to choose one and to put next. There are 14 sentences, okay? And to finish, we have can and can't. You need to choose I can or can't, okay? It's easy. It's good for you to study, right? And guys, just remember, you have a Cambridge exercises too. Então aquele link que tá, aquele código que tá na capa do livro de vocês, serve para entrar no site da Cambridge e fazer alguns exercícios online que tem lá. Aqueles exercícios são super parecidos com a prova e vão ajudar muito vocês a estudarem, ok? So, thank you for the attention, guys. I hope that you enjoy the class and learn a lot. If you have any doubt, any question, you can ask me, you can ask your teacher, okay? Here is my contact, my email, my phone number. You can call up to you, right? And please study hard for the test, ok? Não fiquem com dúvidas, guys. Por favor. Qualquer dúvida, pergunta pra mim, pergunta pro seu teacher. Vamos pra prova bem estudadinho, bem afiado, porque a prova não tá difícil, ok? So, don't forget to call up to you to mark your test, para combinar o dia e a hora que vocês vão fazer a prova de vocês. Study hard. Have a nice week, guys. Bye bye. Kisses for you.